Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Bilingual Home. Today, I'm sharing bird unit study activities and resources. There is always excitement in our homeschool when I put together a new unit study. So in this video, I hope to share some of this excitement with you by sharing our favorite activities and resources that we are loving and currently using at home while learning about fascinating birds. I hope this video will bring some inspiration to you, homeschooling mamas, to introduce the beautiful world of birds to your kids. We started our bird unit study with a trip to the store to buy some bird feeders and food for the birds. We would like to teach our kids to take responsibility of caring for backyard birds. And also we would like our kids to discover the joy of bird watching. Kids had so much fun preparing bird feeders, adding bird seeds and putting the feeders on the trees. Now we have the pleasure of watching backyard birds come to our bird feeders. Bird watching is an amazing activity for both kids and adults. And I personally love to hear the birds singing in the morning outside our window. And I love watching them when they come and eat the food. The birds are such a happy addition to our homeschool learning environment. Now I would like to share with you, my dear friends, some of our favorite resources. And the very first resource we are loving and using as a spine of our unit is a bird science unit by The Good and the Beautiful. We are absolutely in love with this unit study. There are 14 lessons, and we enjoy learning about fascinating characteristics of birds, about amazing anatomy, and about beautiful habitats of birds around the world. This unit includes a lot of hands-on activities. And here is an example of one activities we did to help kids understand how beaks are designed for specific purposes. So here, each of the tools in this tray represents a different type of a specialized bird beaks. And the items in the bowls represent different foods birds eat. So for example, dried beans represent insects. Sunflowers represent nuts and seeds. Rubber bands represent worms. Water represent nectar. Marshmallow represent meat. So the children have to choose a bird beak tool and test by trying to pick up each of the food items. When all the tools have been tested, children place each tool next to the bowl of food they think is best suited to that bill type. After discussions, we read some specialized bird bill cards, which we found also in this curriculum, and we put cards next to the bowls of food. Also, to enhance this concept, we read this beautiful Beak book. This book does a wonderful job explaining the different types of beaks and how they help the birds. These gorgeous illustrations highlight each beautiful bird's beak. We also talked about how God created birds with its own unique beaks and unique features. He created also all of us uniquely, and each one of us is created by Him with different abilities, different skills. Just like birds are unique, so do we, and we are all special in God's eyes. Here is another fun activity that we absolutely enjoyed. This is a sticker activity book. This activity is great for concentration, fine motor development, and a perfect alternative to electronics when our kids need a quiet activity. This sticker activity is very relaxing and it's very fun to do as a whole family. Each of the pages steer out, and I love that this particular book has real photographs for the background, which adds beauty to these beautiful pictures when it's completed. So I highly, highly recommend this beautiful resource. Bird life cycles. We have been enjoying learning about the life cycle of a bird. The Good and the Beautiful does a really good job covering and explaining about how does a tiny bird begin its life. But I wanted to share with some of you guys who will not be purchasing The Good and the Beautiful. Here are some free printables that I got from my favorite website, Montessori Nature. I got these printables for free. I printed them out, laminated, and prepared them to put them on our learning shelf. And if you have been watching our previous unit studies, you probably know that we love adding Montessori approach to our homeschool. I wanted to say that it brings learning to life. Kids love exploring materials and new resources, even on their own. And one thing that I absolutely love about Montessori is that most of the materials are concrete and self-correcting. So it's so wonderful to provide environment of learning for kids where they can learn and explore and love to learn on their own. I also get asked a lot, how do I teach Russian to our kids? It happens very naturally. Even during our unit studies, I always try to add Russian studies. So as we work on these activities, I translate cards into Russian language. So our kids get to be exposed to new vocabulary words. Also, they can practice reading and writing. And with my older son, we write spelling tests, or we call them dictant, every Friday to encourage him to properly write words. Of an owl. Части совы. Ай. Глазки. А давай посмотрим, где глазки у совы. Вот. А по-английски как глазки называются? Eyes. Good job. Head. This is head. Это голова. Голова. Вот голова. А как по-английски голова сказать? Head. Good job. Feathers. Перышки.
Где перышки у птички? Покажи, где у совы. А здесь у тебя? Покажи, где перышки здесь у нее. Перышки. Вот это такие перышки. А как по-английски сказать перышки?
Feathers.
Good job.
Montessori bird puzzle. We are using this beautiful bird puzzle to match the pieces to the cards. So we're learning about the parts of a bird. The Montessori zoology puzzles are amazing for practicing fine motor control and learning anatomy of a bird. Also, our kids use these puzzles to draw. They just trace over the parts and color. This is a great pre-writing activity for younger kids. We enjoy this puzzle. Making nest activities. We learn about different kind of birds, different nests, and what materials different birds used to build their nests. And then we went on a nature walk, and children collected twigs, ferns, leaves, and other kind of things to build a nest. The kids had so much fun doing this activity. They used a lot of their own creativity, and it was one of their favorite activity. They also added eggs to their nests using air dry clay. And these nests turn out to be so beautiful. My dear friends, while I'm recording, I think you can hear our friends. Let me show you. Here are our two birds. We were blessed with amazing opportunity to get a good bargain from OfferUp. Somebody was looking for new owners. We were praying and looking for parrots, especially our older son Andronicus. He's been waiting, he's been learning about, he did a lot of research about parrots for about maybe 6 months or so. The darker one, gray one, his name is Koku. A yellow one, this is a girl, her name is Mimi. So Koku and Mimi, they are such a beautiful addition to our home, and we were so blessed to get them during our bird unit study. So now let's take a look at some of our favorite books. They are perfect for springtime learning. So the first book is called A Bird is a Bird. We really enjoyed this book. At the first glance, it seems very simplistic, but it conveys a sound definition of a bird and defining characteristics. The language is appropriate for an emergent reader, and on every page there are beautiful paintings of different kind of birds. Another one that we absolutely enjoyed and would highly recommend, which is very informative, it's called How Do Birds Find Their Way? I was really impressed with all the information, and I also learned a lot from this book. Red and Lulu. This is such a sweet Christmas book, actually, that was really appropriate for our unit study. Red and Lulu make their nest in a particularly beautiful evergreen tree. But one day, something unthinkable happens, and Red and Lully were separated. And it will only take a miracle for them to find each other. Luckily, they found each other. Such a lovely book. I think this book is wonderful to have in a home library as well. Here is another one. It's called United Tweets of America. We use this book for our geography time. This is a perfect book for learning about state birds. And currently in our geography focus, we are learning 50 states of America. So that was a perfect addition. And it's unique and packed of funny and informative facts about birds and United States. Robins. Oh, our kids absolutely loved this book, and I love this book too. I think this was one of my favorites. It has the most adorable illustrations and has such a great information about robins, how they live, and their behaviors. We see robins every day here in our backyard. And thanks to this book, we have a much better understanding what it takes to be a robin. We learn their life cycle, their migration, the mating process, habitat locations, predators, and so much more. Our kids also, they liked 2 little robin narrators. They bring a bit of lighthearted personality on each page. And even when the topics are quite serious, they just add a little touch here in this book. So we highly recommend this book. Well, my dear friends, my dear viewers, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video gave you some ideas and some inspiration to learn something new this spring season about birds. I encourage you, dear mamas, to slow down, to go outside more with your kids, get some fresh air, enjoy beautiful sunshine, and notice the beautiful birds around us. And of course, let's remember to do everything in love. Until the next time, bye-bye.